it was Women's Football Weekend, and Aston Villa women beat Leicester 5-0 and continue to just have an incredible season. They're fifth in the WSL now, which is just phenomenal. They're in the FA Cup semi-final. Two key signings in the summer and then really good investment in January just seem to have made Carla Ward's Villa unbeatable at times. They're so good to watch all of a sudden. They've got this brilliant forward line, Kenza Darley, Rachel Daly, Alicia Lehman, just look so threatening, and they just really want to attack, really intense. And then Myles Pacheco is now the record holder for the most clean sheets with Aston Villa and got an assist in this game. I'm really enjoying watching them this season, and I think it's nice that on Women's Football Weekend they were at Villa Park, record crowd, and really put a show on. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I think a similar shout out to the Man United women's team as well, who are top of the league
them.
as we speak. No, I think they deserve a shout out. Got some incredible players. They just need to sort out contracts for Alessia Russo for a start, because she's an absolute superstar.
Well, they turned down a world record bid for her in January from Arsenal as well, didn't they? So it'd be important for them to make sure they don't lose that asset when they're trying to build something quite quickly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been 5 years since they were first formed. So, yeah, really fast descent for them, but they need investment, and that's for the next ownership to discuss, whoever that might be, Dave. But another one to talk about, I actually met with the Leicester City women's defender a few weeks ago, actually. Ashley Plumpter. She's obviously having a difficult season as in the Premier League. They're rooted to the bottom, getting thrashed on the regular. And she said, look, they were in the Championship last season and they were absolutely dominating the Championship, Leicester City women. The level between that and the WSL is huge. And you can see that from their progress. They've only got, I think, 7 points, since they've been in the Premier League. It's a brutal step up. And I think the investment needs to go beyond the WSL, down the chain, I think, in women's football, if it's going to continue to succeed. But either way, great to see women's football, and a fair shout out for Villa. They're looking really good this season, mate.
Yeah, and do you know what? That's such a telling point, because actually Villa aren't long into the WSL either. Yeah. And it took time to build that. But then bringing in someone like Rachel Daly in the summer, who, in England international, scoring goals for England, she's got 13 WSL goals now as well this season. You really see the difference that makes once you really start building something. And now there's a lot of really talented players that will want to be a part of that Aston Villa squad. There's a real harmony that you see within that team. And it's just such a nice place for the club as a whole to be, that the men's team are starting to really progress under Unai Emery. We've just sent a load of players out on international duty from the men's side that have done really well. We had Emi Martinez getting that hero's welcome, McGinn's back on a score sheet for Scotland, Jacob Ramsey playing really well for the under-21s, and then Villa's women's team also showing that the club is just in such a solid place. 5th in the WSL. Not one Villa fan would have expected that at the start of the season, and a cup semi-final. It's so good to watch, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Just worth highlighting how competitive the league is at the minute as well. Obviously, do you know what I mean? There's a title race coming on. Obviously, that shock result, Man City beating Chelsea as well at the weekend. I don't think anyone really saw that coming. So it's wide open, really.